Today I am going to deal with simple saturation cycle with accumulator or pre-cooler. Sometimes the liquid refrigerant passing through the evaporator is not completely evaporated if the compressor is supplied with liquid along with the vapor refrigerant. Then the compressor has to do additional work of evaporating and raising the temperature of the liquid refrigerant. It will also it will also offset the normal working of the compressor, which is meant only for compressing the pure vapor refrigerant. Okay, so sometimes what happens that the from evaporator directly the liquid along with the gas goes to the compressor, which causes extra work has to be done by the compressor, and moreover it will damage the compressor also, so that has to be avoided. For that we use that accumulator. In order to avoid this difficulty, an insulated vessel known as accumulator or pre-cooler is used in the system. Okay, the accumulator receives the discharge, a mixture of liquid and vapor refrigerant from the expansion valve, and supplies the liquid refrigerant only to the evaporator. It is clear from the figure. It is supplying liquid refrigerant to the evaporator. Liquid refrigerant only to the evaporator, as in the case of flash chamber. Okay, in, in the discharge from the evaporator is sent again to the accumulator, which helps to keep off the liquid from entering the compressor. Thus, the accumulator supplies dry and saturated vapor to compressor. A liquid pump is provided in the system in order to maintain circulation of the refrigerant in the evaporator. Okay, so liquid pump has been provided over here just to supply the liquid to the evaporator, and from evaporator the gas, and if at all liquid is there, it comes to the accumulator. In accumulator the liquid is arrested over here and gas is allowed to go to the compressor. If M1 is the mass of the liquid refrigerant circulated through the evaporator and M2 is the mass of the refrigerant flowing in the condenser, that is, if M1 mass circulated through the evaporator, M2 mass is going through the condenser, then when all the liquid refrigerant does not evaporate in the evaporator, it is represented by 0.1 on the pH diagram. Let the mass of the refrigerant that leaves the evaporator at 1 is same as M1. What exactly happened? That pH diagram, you see the pH diagram, that the liquid refrigerant coming from the expansion valve is not completely evaporated. Some of the liquid refrigerant remains over there, that has been shown by 0.1, and if it enter into the compressor, it will damage the compressor. So it is entering to the accumulator, and from there the gas is only going to the condenser. Okay, then considering the thermal equilibrium of the accumulator, since the accumulator is an insulated vessel, therefore there is no exchange between the accumulator and the atmosphere. Okay, in other words, the heat taken in and given out by the accumulator is equal mathematically. Okay, because the vessel is insulated, so though no heat is being transferred outside or allowed to come in the inside, only it is coming from the expansion valve, and then it is coming from the evaporator and then going to the compressor, and liquid refrigerant is pumped to the evaporator. Now we will make the heat balance. Now heat balance in the accumulator, that is the heat taken by the accumulator equal to the heat given out by the accumulator, that is M2H4 plus M1H1 dash. M2H4 H4 is here. Okay, mass M2 is coming, M2H4, then plus M1H1 dash, M1 here it is coming, and H1 dash, that is the liquid or mixture of the liquid and gases coming from the evaporator, M1H1. That will be equal to M2H2 plus M1H4 dash. M2H2, M2, that is coming over M2, M2, M2H1, M2H1, that is going out, okay. M2 is circulated in the condenser circuit, M2H1 plus M1H4 dash, M1H4 dash, M1H4 dash, that it is entering inside this H4 dash. H4 dash is entering in the accumulator, and the same is going to the accumulator, entering into the evaporator and going to the accumulator. So we have, that is the heat taken by the accumulator is equal to heat given out by the accumulator. So now balancing the equation, we can get the value of M1 is equal to M2 in the form of M2 H1 minus H4 divided by H1 dash minus HF4 dash. Just adjusting this equation, we will get this equation, this value. And here M2 into H1 minus HF3, H4 is your HF3 because H4 is here, and the same is the HF3 liquid refrigerant. Enthalpy of liquid refrigerant over here, both are equal. So it is written that H4 is equal to HF3. So M1 will be equal to M2 into H1 minus HF3 divided by H1 dash minus HF4 dash. Now we know that the heat extracted or refrigerating effect RE, M1 into H1 dash minus HF4 dash, H1 dash minus HF4 dash, H1 dash minus H1 dash, that is here H1 dash minus HF4 dash, HF4 dash entering, H1 M1 dash going out. So M1 into H1 dash minus HF4 dash will be here. That will be M1 की वैल्यू ऊपर से उठा के रखेंगे यहाँ पर हम. That will be H1 minus HF3 divided by H1 dash minus HF4 dash into H1 dash minus HF4 dash. ये कट जाएगा. M2 into H1 minus HF3. That will be the refrigerating effect. Now work. M2 into H2 minus H1. That is the compressor work. H2 minus H1 compressor work. M2 mass which is going. M2 is circulating inside the compressor circuit. So that will be work will be M2 into H1, M2 into H2 minus H1, and COP you know it very well, cooling effect or refrigerating effect upon the work done. So we have got M2 into H1 minus HF3 divided by M2 into H2 minus H1. M2 into कट गया, बचा क्या, H1 minus HF3 dash divided by H2 minus H1. So and the power required to drive the compressor, that is power required, that is P is equal to work done by the compressor M2 into H2 minus H1 divided by 60 kilowatt के लिए. From the above we see that when the accumulator is used in the system, the refrigerating effect or coefficient of performance and power required is same as that of simple saturation cycle, है ना. सिंपल सैचुरेशन साइकिल में जो होता है वही यहाँ पर भी आ रहा. H1 minus HF3 divided by H2 minus H1. Cooling effect H1 minus HF3 and compressor work H2 minus H1. The accumulator is used only to protect the liquid refrigerant to flow into the compressor, and thus dry compression is always ensured. Using the compressor, using the accumulator, we get dry air being supplied, dry refrigerant is being supplied to the compressor. That's all.